Joining us to discuss now, we're going to change gears real quick. From Florida, a member of Transportation and Infrastructure Committee, Representative Brian Mast. We're going to start down at the border here. What can be done to start cleaning it up here?
What can be done with the border? Just keep people that are on the other side of the border on the other side of the border. The administration could do that starting 1 minute from now if they chose to. They choose not to. They choose not to remain in Mexico. They choose to transport people, take care of their legal costs, take care of their trauma costs, take care of their lodging, their food, their everything else. They don't mind it. They want to see it continue, only for the fact that they're now starting to get hammered by states like New York that are finally starting to realize the scope of this problem that Arizona and Texas have been realizing for years.
Yeah, Congressman, just yesterday, your committee, the House Transportation Committee, questioned Secretary of Transportation Pete Buttigieg on his department's response to a series of ongoing aviation and rail safety issues. Now, including, of course, we're talking about that toxic derailment of a Norfolk Southern train in East Palestine, Ohio. Did you get the answers that you were looking for from the Secretary?
No, to be flat out about it. And this has gone on with accident after accident. It's gone on with aviation, as we saw shutdowns of air travel in the past. The list goes on and on. We have a transportation secretary that's not providing those answers. And you could move on and talk about a host of different policies that he is leading in the transportation world that make things infinitely more expensive to get goods or move people or move your families from A to B and just live the life that you want to. They're leading the charge to make it more expensive for Americans.
Before we get to the next question here, I want to set something up here. The secretary, he was also questioned about the harm being caused to the auto industry by the Biden administration's relentless push to force EV vehicles into the marketplace. Well, here we have Secretary Buttigieg responding to Representative John James on this issue.
If penalties are levied on the automakers, then this will take money away from the auto workers. Is the president aware that he's literally taking money away from UAW workers by impugning their bonuses?
I just don't think that's the right characterization, because it assumes that the auto workers will fail to comply with the law. The automakers will fail to comply with the law.
Representative, your reaction to that?
John James characterized it perfectly. It wasn't the right characterization for Pete Buttigieg because it wasn't what he wanted to hear. Ultimately, you have the administration and Buttigieg leading this, making a false demand signal to the auto industry saying, hey, people are going to want these because we're going to create the conditions that they do want them. People don't actually want them, and they're sitting on piles of these vehicles that they cannot sell, that Americans don't want, in many cases, at any price.
And, also want to get your thoughts on this very quickly, almost out of time here, but also Secretary Buttigieg has come under fire time and time again for using private jets, all while urging others to use less energy as part of the administration's so-called green agenda. Leave us with your thoughts on that.
This is a common phrase, rules for thee, but not for me. We've seen it over and over again with the administration. Just another example of it.
All right. Congressman Brian Mast, appreciate your being with us. Thanks so much.
Always.